Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Roopal Patel, and I am the fashion director for Saks Fifth Avenue. I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight to welcome Nicky Zimmermann, all the way from Australia. As we all know, she is a designer, the creative genius, and talent behind one of my favorite brands. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but it truly is, as you can see in my wardrobe. Welcome, Nicky.
Thanks, Roopal. Wow, what an introduction. Hi,
How
everyone.
How are you? How's life in Australia? That's where you're. What time is it there?
It's morning. It's about 10 a.m. So it's a beautiful, hot summer's day. Gorgeous.
Well, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for taking time to join us today. We are so excited to talk to you about what you've been up to, about the collection, what's coming forward in the future, because it's a very uplifting and optimistic time that we're all living in this moment. And in preparation for this, I have to say I was stalking you a little bit. I thought I knew everything there was about the Zimmermann brand, being a diehard fan, but I actually came across some interesting information that the brand was launched in 1991 in Australia.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated by your story, and I wanted just to hear a little bit about your journey to becoming this global mega brand.
Well, it's been a long journey, honestly. I mean, we're 30 years in business. I went to design school. That was always something as a child I wanted to do. And as soon as I graduated, I started making and selling my own garments it was Paddington Markets, which, Paddington, we have one of our main stores in Australia and Sydney. Today, I've always had stores in Paddington, but that was the beginning, and it was a very simple, easy kind of a beginning, I guess. I just made and sewed my garments directly to my customer. So it was an incredible way to learn how to start in this business. And I did that for a couple of years. And then I had a blouse. I got an editorial in Australian Vogue, and stores started to want to wholesale, wanted to order, and it was just me making it, pressing it, and
Wow.
I really didn't know what to do. So my sister was working in the UK. She came home. We had a long-term plan that we may start a business together, and that was it. From there on in, we've been working together, and she's the organizer. She runs production and HR. She does everything, and I'm lucky enough to be able to just do the creative.
Well, you both send my love and my regards to Simone. You both are major
I will.
powerhouses. I
I
have to
will.
say, and just to see the evolution of the growth of the brand, of the Zimmermann brand. I remember one of your first shows at New York Fashion Week, and Zimmermann has become a headliner, during every fashion week here in New York. And this was the first season that you were unable to show in New York due to the pandemic and the
Yeah.
lockdown. And it's been interesting. Like, how have you been staying connected with the Zimmermann girl during this time? I know you've been utilizing social media and film and technology in very innovative ways.
Well, I mean, as you said, like to do a show, we've been able to engage and work with incredible film crew and talent that basically the same as me. They're stuck in Australia, and
Mhm.
these people, we've just found what they're so talented in what they do, and creatively they sort of have been able to come together with us and our creative directors and myself and be able to create these films that I ideally give that same amazing adrenaline feel when you're live in a show. It's a very difficult thing, as you would know, to recreate, but that has definitely been one of the ways that we've tried to stay in contact. I mean, it's difficult because we've always counted, particularly in New York, as it's our home away from home. I've been coming to New York, almost every second month for the last 20 years. We have our head office there. I mean, it's where I feel most comfortable in the world outside of Australia. So it's been difficult to really, keep that communication. But when you have those long-term relationships, being able to do things like this, we've had such lovely dinners and things together that I don't feel apart from you. I feel like just even being able to talk to you, I feel connected. And I guess they're the things that we've really kept up, that communication and those lovely tight relationships have been able to keep us, involved with what's going on with the
No, and
rest of.
I feel that. I feel that. I think as a global community, I feel we connect. You and I DM on Instagram together, and it's I
And
feel
I
like
love that.
which I also love and I really enjoy. I think it's interesting because the Zimmermann girl she's global. She's everywhere. I mean, I go and I see Zimmermann on the streets of Paris when I'm there, or I'm in Italy. I was at a wedding and the woman was wearing a Zimmermann gown to the wedding. I see it here in New York. And you have, between influencers, your customers, there's so much buzz, shall we say, with your customer and social media. You tell us a little bit of some of the interesting things you've done on social media recently to stay connected. I know there have been some shows and films.
I think for us there's we try and keep, it's like our stores, we try and keep our social media something that feels really optimistic but accessible at the same time, and that there's an inclusive feeling to it, that we feel close to our customer, we and that through social media is incredibly important. And I think that those visual images that we like to put out there is about people, having a beautiful, great time, and really trying to make sure that our image that it's uplifting, and that
Yes.
it is optimistic, and that we feel very positive about the future, and about people being together and with their families and their friends and enjoying life. It's the essence of our brand, and it's something through social media and through our photos. It's incredibly important for us to connect in that way and just make people feel good. That's how I think about when I'm designing. That's so important to me.
No, and you feel that. I think the images that we see on the Zimmermann social media platform are always very inspiring. And we always say that Zimmermann is a vibe. There's a total vibe and spirit. And I don't know if it's the Aussie vibe, this
We do
beauty
like
and joy,
fun, Roopal, which you know.
which I love, But I think you could see it in the collection. And this collection, I'm so excited to talk to you about the pre-spring collection that's coming to Saks right now, because
Yeah.
it did have, it had all the elements of Zimmermann, but it had like a different vibe to it. Like we were getting ready to go somewhere, that we were getting ready for like this change, travel. It was very optimistic, joyous. We were talking about the color palette. And I wanted to ask a little bit about your vision and the spirit, and how that Zimmermann culture that we're talking about played into the design process of this collection.
I think, I mean, the Resort is an absolute favourite collection of mine to do, and it was certainly designed at a point in time where we didn't really know what was going on in the world. Things were confusing, but within my business, working with my sister, my husband is a CEO, I was very focused on maintaining, the essence of Zimmermann, and that sense of optimism, that sense of joy and fun, and making sure that doesn't change. So when I did this collection, it was a very strong motivation to feel and make the clothes feel uplifting, and be about travel, and be about fun, and have that luminosity, and movement in clothing and dresses is so incredibly important to me. It's just something I love to see, and the way things and prints move on fabrications, and that there's 3D elements. And you know, when we're in the design room talking, we're imagining where the girl's going, you know, and how much fun is she having in that dress. They're the conversations that we have. And definitely this collection, more than ever, you know, it's called Postcards. It's about creating and forming those incredible memories. For me, it's like, you know, when you have that song that reminds you of that summer or that beautiful wedding or that holiday, wherever it may be. For me, it's really important that the clothes and what you're wearing can also infuse into those occasions. So when you're at that person's wedding, you know, you actually remember the dress, not just the song, you know, and how you felt. And honestly, Roopal, they're the things when we're designing a collection, and probably this one even more so, is what is going through, and the conversation in the design room is about that.
I love that because I think you can see that. You see that very clearly, and we're going to go through some of the pieces. I think it's so interesting. Like, I love that you're like, where's she going in that? Like, what restaurant, what island,
Absolutely.
what is she doing in that? Because that's very much how we as women dress, and you being a woman and being the designer, wearing the clothing and getting that sense. Like, you're in Zimmermann, your blouse right now is beautiful, and you know, I can't wait to hear from you directly what some of your favorite pieces are, because I think that's also something, like, it's one thing to design it and then, like, you know, come back to it and be still excited. So, you know, you're still excited about it. So we're going to get into it. I know that you submitted some of your favorites. I submitted some of my favorites, and guess what? We overlapped in our favorites.
We had crossover.
I know, which I think is always a great sign, because I was like, whew, like, thank goodness. We're on the money. Like, we know what we like, and those are going to be bestsellers. So,
and I think you know what you're doing, Roopal.
Thank you. But I think it's a testament to you and the team. It's like, you know, like, you just know, like, all that thought, all that energy that goes into it really comes through. That, as I said to you, when we're writing this collection, like, we're oohing and eyeing, and the noises we're just falling in love. It's love at first sight. And I think that this collection was very much love at first sight. So I would love to be able to show everyone what some of your favorite looks were. And maybe, if you wouldn't mind, just talking a little bit, you know, also, like, what do you love about them? What are, you know, what,
Sure.
Just kind of getting that. And then I'm also curious, like, styling wise, like, any styling tips or pieces that you would suggest for the Zimmermann girl to have the inside scoop on? So I think we're going to pull up some of those looks right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait. I love that we picked 3 of the same looks. Okay, this was gorgeous.
Well, I mean, this dress and the print, to explain the print, it's actually by an artist, an Australian artist, James Northfield. And he did a series of Australian tourism posters. And Lorne is a beach suburb in Victoria, just outside of Melbourne. And it's an iconic, you know, beach area. And with this dress, the silhouette, we were sort of coming from that amazing idea from the 50s where women really curated their entire vacation wardrobe. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you would have a dress that, say, you would wear to brunch. This is the sort of dress I see you wearing at brunch, you know, and wherever you may be on your vacation. And I think in the show, what I loved with it, the dress comes with a belt, but I love we also then put other belts with it. And the one that we've got, it's got like a macrame buckle and a macrame embroidery. And I love bringing just little eclectic ideas to the outfit. So that a beautiful headscarf in another print. So I think, you know, it's really great, particularly in summer, to bring that own, you know, your own sense of fun to styling. And I think that something that I've really noticed recently, that people are really enjoying bringing their own personality to their outfits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I think that's incredibly important. Something else that's fun with this silhouette, we did we dyed to match tulle petticoats. So that's creating that beautiful buoyant movement of the skirt, and they're removable. So if you wear it to something like a brunch, or you can wear this dress with a pair of flip-flops to the beach with a bikini under it. There's so many, to me, different ways that you can wear it, but I absolutely love that sky blue
It's
color.
beautiful.
So uplifting and fresh. And for me, a resort collection is about being fresh and fun. So there's a little bit of sense of humor with the dress as well, which I love.
No,
Um,
it's
I'm a big one
beautiful.
that likes to wear a hat as well, Roopal. So there's all sorts of different kinds of hats. Obviously, we styled it with a light sort of Panama hat, but I have sort of boxy straws I would wear with it. I'm big on hats, particularly in Australia. The sun is so incredibly harsh, but you've got to look after your skin. So
Very important. No, I love the styling of the hat and the macrame detail on the belt. This flounce, though, is just flirty. It's fun. It's whimsical, which again, I think you can see the little humor within it as well. But she's
exactly. And I think the idea that that's removable and it makes the silhouette, it changes the silhouette quite a lot when you take the petticoat out. And so I think that it gives, a lot of different ways that you can wear the dress. Obviously, to me, I mean, I think, this girl looks amazing in it. And I can see she's bringing that sense of fun. The other thing, I love the quite sort of dramatic earrings. I think big hoops could look incredible with this dress.
yes,
Yeah,
love that.
I think there's just so many different ways that you can style it. Also, there's all the beautiful woven bags that are out at the moment. It could look gorgeous with a big, beautiful beach bag as well.
Which is essential. I think the straw and natural elements. We have 3 more looks to go through. So I think we're going to flip to the next one because I think, if I'm not I was like this. I mean, let's talk. Let's talk about the technique. And this is like the seashells, the mermaid, the fringe. I was like, I'm going to Chris. This dress is perfect for New Year's, but this is a dream. I mean, Nicky.
I mean, this is honestly one of those pieces that we do talk about in the design room about, how much fun she's going to have in this dress. You wear this and people are going to notice. It's got the same kind of sense of fun. I love the it's quite a simple tube fit, and it's in a beautiful linen. So it's not an evening dress. To me, it's very much you going again to a beautiful lunch or sunset drinks. The little flyaway pieces on the rope trims they're actually embroidered shells, and they're 3D and they open like clams.
Wow.
So you have those, and then there's actual real shells, and they're all hand knotted, trailing down different pieces from the fringe that's hanging. And then I love like having we've done the detail on the straps. And it's that thing that we were talking about, Roopal, the movement. So it's just so flirtatious and fun. I love it with a flat shoe. That it just brings a real confidence to wearing a dress like this. It's actually quite a simple piece. And I know in the design room, this has only just been delivered, and I know my girls, everyone's trying to get one of these.
We have it on pre-order right now, and I was like, oh my, like that's going to be one, like we're all going to be wearing it for New Year's Eve if we're traveling and somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think it's not even, it's just so special, and finding pieces like this that are unique, as you said, that are so easy and effortless to wear hard. And that's something I also noticed a lot in this collection, like the technique, the handcraft and the work and the details, talking about that macrame belt before, to hear 3D, I mean, the shells, It's so special. And I noticed in your work, you always love having some of these natural elements of seashells.
Mm, mm.
It's part of that earthy
It,
element, but how chic.
Absolutely. But it's also that thing that, again, for us in the design room, like the conversations are about, how to make things that people love. And for me, that they fall in love with and that they then wear it to an occasion that means something personally to them. And that those sort of details, when they can feel what we've put into it, which really is love, like that this has been hand done in our design room, and we've put the fringe in different positions. It's taken us a long time to get it to here, but each piece is put exactly where we want it to be put. So everything is so thoughtful in with these sort of garments. And I think the idea for us is that we really, really want our customers to feel that and to understand that these things don't just happen. And we're having a great time when we do this, because we're selfish. We're also thinking, where are we wearing?
I love that. It should be that way. You can see and feel the energy. I mean, I'm free. I like looked. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. You feel it. You feel it.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
I want people to feel, feel amazing in the things that they're buying and that they're wearing. I think now more than ever, it is so important that clothing is emotive, and that
yes.
it makes you feel beautiful and confident, and that you personally, regardless of anybody else, you love the detail, you love the texture. It's special to you. You bought it, you're wearing it. That's what I think is so incredibly important.
I love that. I love that mindset. Well, it's like one look keeps getting better after the better. The choices are just. We're gonna go to the next one. This is on your list, Nikki, and this is on my list. So we know what we're wearing for sure. But
We totally
I
do.
mean, Sherbert Dream. Let's just. This was so. When this came out I was like, wait, what? Like, who is she?
Who is she?
I love the proportion. I love the crop. I love the full skirt. I mean, how did you dream this one up?
Well, I mean, it's a funny thing. We were honestly thinking about sunsets, sunrises. To me, I remember I don't drink these cocktails now, but I certainly did when I was younger, like tequila sunsets or
Yes,
something or other
yes.
they were called, and you'd get this amazing sort of graduation of color. That's what we were thinking about. And the idea of doing, it's a fairly simple silhouette again, but to gradate that print, it's all done in placement. So the color gradation has happened exactly where we want it to, so that there's depth of color deep in that frill, and then it lightens out as it comes to the outer edge. And it's all to create just that beautiful sort of feeling of sunrise, and that gradation of color that you see in the sky. Honestly, that is what we were thinking about, and how to sort of, we wanted to create a series of garments that had that feeling, and that you did it with print, but not in the usual way that we use print. It's more about color and the combination of color.
It's so well done and well executed from a construction and design point. I can't wait to see it in person. This is just one of those, you talk about looks that when she walks into a room, everyone stops and heads turn. This is one of those.
Idea.
This is one of those looks, because again, the design and the vision for it is so special. I haven't seen something like this, and I've just come back from collections, and it's really unique. I do have a question for you, because this crop top, and full skirt, the play on proportion. What are your, if you haven't worn a crop top in some time, what is your advice there?
Can I say I am not a crop top wearer? So I absolutely love what it looks like, and I love the entire outfit. But for me, I would wear this skirt and I would wear it with a beautiful, fresh white linen shirt, and a big hat I love all the accessories and the scarf tie. Definitely for me, it would be flat shoes. I love that, we do all of these pieces, we've put pockets in. I don't know how you feel about pockets, but it's something that we really love doing, that you can have that kind of relaxed, sort of slouchy
Yes.
feeling, that you want to be comfortable. And
No, I
for
love a
me,
pocket.
with this skirt, I would wear a beautiful, fresh, voile, linen, rami, white probably shirt with it. Even little white sneakers with this would give you another whole completely
Yes.
different sort of vibe. It's very much to me, it's a beautiful summer party uh, silhouette. And the bottom hem of the dress, we put, again, with them coming back to movement, we put a double piece of crinoline that goes around the bottom of the hem. So that is what creates that buoyant shape as she's walking. And if it's not in there, you actually don't get that silhouette. So it's a really sort of beautiful new technique that we're using, these light, airy, papery fabrications. So this is a silk linen organza. So it feels very light and summery. And then in the hem, we're putting this sheer crinoline that's encased in a hem fold up, and it just moves and it gives you that beautiful neat hip shape, and then this amazing movement around the hem of the skirt. I just love that movement.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, and
It's
again, it's about
dreamy.
the wearer. You feel that, you can feel it when you're walking. It's about how the garment feels on. It's almost as important to me
No,
as
you
how it
can
looks.
really sense that. You can really, I mean, I can, every time she walks around and moves, the energy of that look is major. Well, this is one, but there's another one. This one stole my heart, but this one, we've already had reactions. We've already had reactions from our Saks customers. I mean,
Yeah.
Nicky, you're getting us ready for the party season, weddings coming back, getting back out there. I mean, she's going somewhere.
She really
What
is.
a dream. I mean,
She's living, right?
she's living. And if she's not living, she's wearing it just to have like morning coffee in. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Totally. I mean, again, it was, we had all different sort of iterations actually of this design, and we really cut it back to something that felt, again, for us, fairly simple, like a beautiful strapless dress. And we have had years of experience of boning and interlining. So the fit on this dress it's so beautiful and so perfect. And it really gives such a gorgeous silhouette. And again, the same thing, we've ombre'd the color just in the perfect positions, and that took us so many different goes at getting it exactly right. I love how it's sort of dark blue on the hem and then it gradates through the dress. It's just such a simple, wearable, fresh silhouette. But then for us, actually, technically, it was, it took quite a bit to get it to be exactly that. And
it feels like just the design understanding. I think that's what blew me away so much when I was first seeing the presentation and then seeing it on model in the show when we were placing the order, because the construction, it's that of a ball gown. And we talk about those details of the corsetry and the ribbing and the boning. It's not as it's a stunner. And when we think of just the design and the construction, I think that's what I love so much about what Zimmermann does. It can be so complex on the inside to make it, but it looks so easy and effortless on the outside.
Ideally, that is exactly what we're looking for. It's so important for us that these things just zip on and feel amazing and beautiful. And again, I think that there's so many different ways. You could easily wear this to a summer wedding or a wedding in any beautiful vacation spot, and to wear it with a flat, I think it's so chic. A full length dress with a beautiful flat shoe. It's really elegant, and it's, you know, you're going to look really great, but you're not upstaging the bride. You know, these are the things
No.
we talk about, because for me, that's the perfect place to wear this sort of dress. You're going to be, you know, definitely noticed in this type of gown. But again, the other thing with it that takes it out of being anything that feels overly evening wear, even though the silhouette sort of feels like that, it's a silk linen organza. So it has, you know, the beautiful natural, you know, linen kind of feel to the fabrication. So it's not a satin. It's not something shiny. It has a beautiful matte texture to it, but the color glows. And that feeling that you're kind of glowing and you can feel the light coming through the dress, it's because of the fabrication. And that also helps create that movement.
It's
I
it's
really,
it's
this is a favorite of mine,
no,
definitely.
it's stunning, and it's a favorite of yours, but we're already seeing it's a favorite of the Saks customer. This has
Oh,
already started to gain some traction. On
fantastic.
Yeah, so clear, like she
Wow.
has places to go, and
Yes, I'm so
she's
happy about that.
choosing this gown to be seen in. So I think that's the like, again, we talk about love and we talk about feeling and emotion. This collection, all of the pieces we've seen, and there's so many other pieces on Saks.com that just evoke emotion and make you feel, you look at your, I know I'm going to feel good in that. I know I'm going to put
Yeah.
that on and I'm going to feel beautiful and I'm going to feel good. And
Don't you think that's what, you know, everyone needs now? Like, to me, it's just so important that, you know, I love, because I'm able to just recently, you know, I go out with my girlfriends and everyone is dressed up and we're all just so happy to be together and to be out, but we're happy to wear things that we love and make us feel good. And I just think it's key. It's what everyone needs. It's sort of, I guess, for us as a brand, which you would know, it's something that you know, I've always been interested in doing, but I just think now more than ever, it's just what people, it's how they need to feel, and it needs to be about what they've got on and where they are and who they're with. And I love that idea.
no, it comes through. I mean, it's really the foundation and the ethos of the Zimmermann brand, and you feel it, you sense it. So thank you and your team for putting so much love, good vibes, you know, and
Oh, you're such
energy
an
into the
amazing support,
collection.
Rupal. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I did, when you did DM me, I did show my design team and everyone was like, oh, wow, amazing. That's so, what a lovely comment. So,
No, but I think that no, thank you for sharing. But I mean it. I think that's something, and what I love about it. It's like I think my favorite part recently. You know, I get to see at Saks our customers wearing the collection in Val
mm,
Harbor or in Atlanta or in LA. But I think when I just went global and just saw the following of all of these different women, shapes, sizes, all
mhm.
wearing Zimmermann to different events, I was like, Zimmermann is a vibe. It's a total vibe. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We
Thank you
we
so much.
we we miss you. We hope to see you again
Soon, soon.
here stateside soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you have to probably go. It's like 10 a.m. and or 10:30. You probably have to go
Be waiting for me.
to work. People are waiting for you. So we're gonna let you go. But thank you, Nikki.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. And thank you always for your support and lovely comments. It really does mean a lot. And I cannot wait to get there and see you.
Well, we're having a drink when you get here for sure.
Oh, yes.
Have a great day, and so nice to see you.
You too.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye, bye, bye.